Flashback 7 years. I was 10 years old. Standing on the steps of the church after Christmas Eve Mass, I held my dad's hand tightly, impatiently tugging at him. I just wanted to go home. All I could think about were all those presents with my name on them under the tree, and the huge feast I was going to enjoy with my family, and the laughter, the celebration, and of course that warm, cozy bed that my parents were going to tuck me into at the end of the night.
Turning around, I saw these two little girls walking towards us. But they had ragged clothing on, dirty faces. They looked hopeless. In that moment, I realized that they were impoverished, homeless, children who had come to beg for money. The world stopped. Everything was suddenly put into perspective. I broke down crying, not understanding how this could be so unfair, so wrong. That there I was, standing well-dressed, thinking about food and my bed and presents. And yet, right in front of me were two little girls, the same age as I was, who didn't even have enough money to eat for that night. To this day, I can still see their faces. That was the moment that planted the seed.
That was the moment when I discovered my strong desire to make a change in their lives, to help them out of their situation. Now, I'm first generation American, as my mother is from England and my father is from Peru. And since I was a little girl, we've been visiting Peru, and that has allowed me to create a really strong connection with the culture there, the language, everything about the country. But one of the things about Peru that is in your face, that is absolutely unavoidable, is the poverty. And multiple experiences on my visits there bothered me more and more each year. And then I wanted to do something about it.
I'd always brought clothes to give to the needy families there, but that wasn't enough. I thought maybe food or money. And while those are great things, they are only temporary band-aids that are not going to fix the underlying problem. Finally, I realized what I could give them: education. It was the most sustainable tool that would not only change their lives, but last a lifetime. I know that my education has brought me to where I am today, that I'm able to stand up here on this stage and communicate my ideas to you because of that education. And so that's what I wanted to give back to them.
In 2009, I founded Mi Casa de Angeles, which means My House of Angels, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that focuses on raising money and awareness towards our ultimate goal of building a school that will provide a higher quality of education for the needy children in Peru, so that they can become empowered, given confidence, and most importantly, given a chance to succeed and break the barriers of poverty that hold them back every single day. I know that I cannot change the entire public education system in Peru, but if I can change the life of one child, the lives of 2 children, of 100 children, that's all that matters.
So I began researching how I could tackle this problem of poverty with education, and I discovered something very interesting. For the past 10 years, Peru's economy has been growing despite this world economic downturn. From 2000 to 2010, Peru's economy grew from a $50 billion economy to a $150 billion economy. And projections say that by 2014, this number will be around $200 billion. But despite this economic growth, Peru's public education system remains broken. A survey was done to assess the primary and secondary education systems of 145 countries around the world. And in the same 10 years that Peru's economy tripled, the public education system moved 3 rankings, from 138th to 135th out of 145 countries. So it's at the bottom of the ladder. While subpar facilities and a 7% illiteracy rate are 2 big problems, the central problem is the low quality, poorly trained teachers. 8 in every 10 teachers are partially illiterate and struggle with doing basic math problems. Simply put, if the teachers cannot teach, the students are not going to learn. And it's honestly so frustrating that a country can be doing so well economically, and yet they can completely neglect the education of their future generation. And this is the generation that's going to be contributing to their economy later on.
It's interesting. Once you become aware of an issue, you naturally notice it more. When I was last visiting Peru, I was sitting in my family's kitchen there, eating breakfast, and I look over at Vicky. And Vicky is my Peruvian family's empleada, which means housemaid in English. And I watched her as she was staring intently, making the grocery list. But she wasn't copying down letters and words. She was trying to make shapes and lines into something legible. I realized that Vicky was illiterate. A woman I had known for 17 years, who had taken care of me on all of my visits to Peru, did not know how to read or write. And I can assure you that it was not a result of a lack of desire. It was a result of a lack of opportunity. But I believe that a better quality education will diminish this illiteracy among the impoverished population.
I can really pull together my personal goals with what I call the 3 E's. First, educate. Education is the most sustainable tool that I can give to children. But not any type of education, a higher quality of education. Better trained teachers, better resources. That's what's going to make the difference.
Secondly, empower. I truly believe that education empowers. I had the opportunity to visit a public school in one of the shanty towns in Lima, Peru. And while I was there, I met this kid named Marco. And after hanging out with him that day, he asked me to teach him something in English. And so I taught him 2 simple phrases. Hello, my name is Marco, and I'm 11 years old. And I mean, these are basic phrases we could say that we use on a daily basis, but they meant the world to him. I mean, his face lit up, his attitude changed. I mean, the confidence was pouring out of him as he ran around the playground telling all of his friends he knew how to speak English. I mean, this is absolutely adorable. And I mean, that right there, that proves to me that even the simplest form of education empowers.
Lastly, I want to infuse. I want to inspire the social conscience of all of those around me. Those older than me, those younger than me, my peers. I believe that everybody should find something that they are passionate about and that they should take action. Don't wait until you're older or retired or have some successful career or have lots of money to give back. Don't wait. Do it now and aim high. Aside from having the support of my family and my friends, about 600 people have come together across the United States, here in our local community in Peru, to support Mi Casa de Angeles, whether it's through volunteering, attending events, donating. They have recognized the importance of our cause and are willing to act in the name of giving back. The desire to give back lies within each and every person. Sometimes people just need the opportunity to make a change.
I have never built a school. I've never raised $500,000. I've never done what I'm trying to do right now. But I can tell you one thing for sure. It has been done before by others, and they've been very successful in their endeavors, so that I know I can do this. Is it going to take a lot of time? Yes, I already know that. Am I going to have setbacks, obstacles, people who don't believe in what I'm doing? Absolutely. Am I going to be frustrated to the point where sometimes I want to pull my hair out? Of course.
But the reward of changing the lives of these children, of making an impact in their education, will certainly outweigh all of the effort that myself and others can put into this. Together, we are going to change their lives with education.